Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. It's your girl, Jaja. You're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, y'all already know I'm going to add more to it. And I know y'all heard me the first time. Listen, it's your girl, Jaja. You're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And you already know, every week I say the same thing. But I say the same thing because it's true. We are in the land of the living. We have our right mind. We ain't in nobody's jail. We ain't in nobody's hospital. And we have the activities of our limbs so that we can go out here and make some money, okay? Did nobody chop off our fingers? And did nobody kick us out of nowhere? We good to go. And we are definitely amazingly blessed. If you are tuning in, we are going to be talking all about today. We're going to be talking about it can't go with you. It can't go with you. What's going on? Listen, I want this to be a little bit more of an interaction show today because usually I do a lot of the talking. And I kind of want you guys to chime in because I want us to help each other, okay? We're going to be each other's accountability partners. But if you're tuning in, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, what's going on? Miss Marquez. Thank you, Tasha. Listen, if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. So last week, we talked about some things that we're preparing and catapulting us into 2020. And like I always say, and like I've always been saying, is that we can't reach for 2020 until we solidify some things in 2019. And so if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. I'm your host, Jaja. And if you are watching, you are watching live on Facebook, live on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know Jaja. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. And listen, you may be my special host one day. If you're looking to be on my show as a guest, if you want to advertise and want me to be a brand ambassador for you or what you have going on, please DM me. Let me know what's going on. But if you're tuning in, we're talking about it can't go with you. I have had so many New Year's resolutions, and I know you all have had them too. And it always seems like every year we always start off with this bowling effect of our resolution, right? What we want to do, we want to eat better, we want to work out more, we want to love on our family more. These are some of the resolutions that we always come up with in the beginning of the year. But how many of us know, and statistics show, what's going on, Nikita? And statistics show that after 2.5 weeks, we no longer are consistent with our New Year's resolution. So the year that my mom passed in 2015, I decided that I was not going to make any more New Year's resolutions. Now, that doesn't mean that you should make New Year's resolutions if it works for you. But if you're tuning in, we're talking about it can't go with you. And I'm your host, Jaja, and you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And y'all already know before I take it back what I'm going to do. Add more to it. So when the year my mom passed, I decided that I was no longer going to make any more New Year's resolutions because it was challenging for me to keep them. My life had become chaotic. I wasn't sticking to my regimen. And things happen. Life happens. And like I tell people all the time, we're such in a rush to bring 2020 here when we have not even finished out 2019. Your blessing can still happen. Some great things can still come to pass. The love of your life could walk through that door at any minute. You could be walking through Kroger's and y'all both touch the same bread. You just don't know where life can turn. Some of us have started the beginning of the year with relationships that we don't even have, friendships that we no longer have, and it could be a great thing. And I wanted to talk to you about it can't go with you. The first of the year is not a magic number because January 1, 2020 gets here does not automatically make things magical. It doesn't stop your bills from coming because DTE still want their money. It does not stop. It does not stop your rent from being paid because believe you me, they will harass you like they're doing me. It doesn't stop your children from doing what they need to do. January 1 is not a magical number where things magically appear or disappear and no longer affect you. January 1 is just what it is, the first of the month, okay? And at the end of the day, we have to be careful. If we're not careful, carrying things into our new year that we should have left in 2019. And so if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm adding more to it. I'm your girl, Jaja, and we're talking about It Can't Go With You. So I hadn't been on a plane for a while since the 9/11 terrorist act, and I was in high school, but I believe that was my junior year that happened. And from there, they had made all of these drastic measures when you went on a flight. And so after 9/11 happened, they made some really, really big changes with TSA and so forth, so on. And so unbeknownst to me, I wasn't aware of some of the things that had changed. And so when I got to the airport and I went through the little machine and they had my thing, I had to open my arms and go through the thing and spin around and all that. And they put my bag through and I'm thinking I'm good, you know. So then the man came and was like, you can't take that, you can't take that, you can't take that, you can't take that. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked and appalled because what you mean I can't take this? I just bought this stuff. If you're tuning in, we're talking about It Can't Go With You, okay? I had just bought this stuff for my trip. This was a few years back. Maybe over 10 years ago, maybe almost, but whenever that happened, what was that, 2001? 2001. So I wasn't aware that the rules had changed, and I had bought all this stuff for my trip. And they told me as I was going through TSA, he was very, very nice gentleman. He said, you can't bring that because there is a size. Thank you. Hey, there is a size that they only allow when traveling. I said, well, when did they do that? When did they put in an announcement? Did they put it on the news? They said, ma'am, yes, we put it on the news. We put it in announcements. And here I am being defensive because I'm upset because I just spent all this money on all these smell goods and lotion and all of this stuff, right? And I said, well, what am I supposed to do with it? He said, well, you can throw it away or you can go get a locker. Now, at this point, my flight is getting ready to board. I'm already late. I wasn't aware that I couldn't have these sizes in my bag. So now I have to make a decision. And if you're tuning in, we're talking about It Can't Go With You. I had to make a decision. Am I going to go run and get a locker and I'm already late to board my flight so that I can save the items that I just spent money on? Or am I going to throw this stuff in the garbage like so many other people had to do before I got there? This trash was filled with so many items: toothpaste, mouthwash, Bath and Body Works. I mean, so much Bath and Body Works, it was ridiculous. And it was so crazy because I had to make a decision whether or not I was going to spend time putting this stuff away or just letting it go. And some of us have to make a clear, conscientious decision before 2020 who you gonna take with you and who gotta stay. See, I don't wait till the new year to make decisions that I need to make now. Some of you are saying the new year you're gonna start working out, you're gonna start eating better, you're gonna start spending more time with your family, you're gonna work on your business plan, you're gonna work on your marriage or your relationships. Come the new year, you're gonna be a better parent. Come the new year, you're gonna tithe more. Come the new year, you're gonna go to church more. Come the new year, you're gonna go back to school. You're waiting 3 weeks prior. You're waiting for 3 weeks to pass when you could be doing something 3 weeks prior. What I'm here to tell you guys, if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, I'm your host, Jaja. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm add more too. We're talking about It Can't Go With You. If you're tuning in, I am here to tell you that there are going to be some decisions that you need to make prior to 2020 getting here. 2020 shouldn't be your kickoff for what you're doing. It should just be your rollover for what you're already doing. See, I had to make a decision at that airport at that particular time, what could come with me and what couldn't go. Because was I going to sacrifice my trip that could potentially catapult me to the next season in my life for some lotion? For something that I'm attached to that's replaceable. Some of you are holding on to things and people that are replaceable. That Bath and Body Works lotion was replaceable. I would have been a fool to go run, get changed, get a locker, put the stuff up, run back, get in line, go back through TSA, and hope that I board the flight that I'm already late for. And if you're tuning in, we're talking about it can't go with you. See, some of us don't realize that before we board the flight of success, before we board the flight of transparency, debt freedom, whatever it is that you are trying to reach out to in this season and in this next season of 2020, you're going to have to let some things go. They can't go with you. Earlier this year, I made some decisions about some people that were in my life. And don't get me wrong, I love them dearly with all my heart and soul. I do. But I also recognize that where I'm going and what I'm doing, they can't go with me. It doesn't mean I hate them. It doesn't mean that I don't like them. It doesn't mean that, I don't want them to be just as successful as I am. But what I know is that they can't go with me. They can't go. I thought about when my mom died. So many loved ones, when their loved ones die, we want to jump in a casket with them. The drama. We want to sob till we can't sob no more. I couldn't understand why would God allow my mother to die right before I feel like I'm at my plateau of success. Why would God allow my mother not to be able to see my sister graduate from middle school, graduate from high school, go off to college? Why would God not allow her to go with us to our next dimension of what it is that we were doing in life? And the thing about it is that if God doesn't move some people out of your life, if you don't move some people out of your life, God will do it for you. And unfortunately, he will do it through death. He will do it through separation. If God wants to catapult you in the direction of some of the things that you are fearful of, because see, one of the things that I realized is that I was never able to be or live in my fullest potential. What's going on, Somo? I was never able to live into my fullest potential until some people were moved from my life. Kelly's Kids Foundation would not exist if my mom was still alive. I wouldn't have been able to help 330 kids have a great Christmas last year. I wouldn't have been able to give out 275 coats to kids that didn't have them. That didn't mean that wasn't my desire to help people, but my mother dying was the kicker. My mom dying was that kick and that boost that I needed to really do what I said I wanted to do. See, some of you are so comfortable and complacent that you will never live to your fullest potential because of fear. And some people are going to have to die for you to get off that caboose. Some people you're going to have to end relationships with in order to catapult you to where you're supposed to be. Some of you are going to have to lose, and you're going to have to lose either in private or publicly. Because, see, it's one thing for everybody to be on their high plateau. See, you might have had a good year in 2019. And you might have been all that in a bag of chips. Sales been on point. Friends, family been on point. And I told y'all, if you're not careful, and if you're tuning in, you're listening to, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Thank you so much, Stacy. I appreciate that. Yes, please share. Please share this video. Please share. Please follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're talking about it can't go with you. Had my mom not died, it would not have catapulted me to start Hubbard Resource Group. It wouldn't have catapulted me to start United Vows. It wouldn't have catapulted me to start I Said It on my own, because the young lady that I was going from her radio station was stealing my money and not doing what she was supposed to be doing with it. Had these bad things not happened, it wouldn't have brought these great changes. And don't get me wrong, some of my friendships that I had to end or subside or casually bag up from, it didn't mean that I didn't want them to be successful. It just meant that me and you don't see the same things. And see, when you value relationships, you're going to hold on to what you value. Okay? Anybody or anything in your life that you value, you hold on to it. Period. I'm going to say that again. And if you tune in and you're listening to I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. As we gear up for 2020, everybody is so focused on 2020 that we got to seal 2019. It got to be signed, sealed, delivered. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you don't want to prepare for your 2020, because that's smart thinking. That's staying ahead of the game. God wants you to stay ahead of the game. He wants you to be smart. But he also wants you to just focus on today. Because tomorrow is not promised. While you doing all this 2020 planning, you could walk out that door and end your life, or become paralyzed, or anything could happen that could stop you from making that money that you're making. Being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or God will open up a door that you weren't even expecting while you have plans for this. He could be taking you this way. And so in the meantime, in between time, there are some people and some places and some things that cannot go with you for this next year. And you can't wait until 2020 to say they can't go. That got to be in your spirit, in your mind, in your walk. You got to walk it like you talk it. If you saying cigarettes can't go with me in 2020, then you need to start practicing now how to have a Lucy here, a cig here. Don't buy no more packs. If you trying to stop smoking cigarettes, if that's your goal for 2020, if your goal for 2020 is to lose 20 pounds, okay, don't wait until January 1 to hit the treadmill. Start preparing your body and your mind now. Because statistics show, and usually statistics are right, because they have been studied, they have been tried, and they've been proven to be accurate. When you create a resolution, and like I was saying in the beginning of the podcast, I stopped making resolutions when my mom passed. The year 2015, my mom passed, I stopped making resolutions. I just focused on my goals for that year, and I just work to get those goals done. I ain't in a race with none of y'all. Y'all ain't in a race with me. I'm in my own lane, focus on my own stuff. And when you focus on your own lane, focus on your own stuff, you don't have time to worry about what nobody else is doing, what nobody else like, who nobody else is, what nobody else is doing, because you focus on you. And so with that being said, when the new year comes around, you're not ripping and running and racking your brain trying to figure out, okay, I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to do this, this was supposed to happen like this, and we get our feelings hurt. We get our feelings hurt because we want what we want at that particular time. And so it's just like when we move. You know, I moved and there were some things that couldn't go with me to the new house. I couldn't take some of the clothes that I had to the new house. There were some things that I couldn't take with me. Just like when you move, you don't realize how much stuff you have until you gotta move, right? Until you gotta move, that's when you know how much stuff you have. And when you're moving, whether it be physically moving, mentally moving, because some of us have moved out of a place in our own mind that we no longer want to be in. And I noticed, I said, dang, man, I didn't realize how much stuff I had. I didn't realize how much stuff I really had until I had to pack all my stuff. I said, man, I'm really blessed. You don't really know how blessed you are until you got to move. You think, oh, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. But you got to move. Now you got to look at each room. You got to look at each room for what it is and what it's worth. And now you got to think, okay, man, I got to throw some of this stuff out. I got to give some of this stuff away. Now you got to give some stuff away that you normally wouldn't have had to give away had you known all that you had. And see, that's the same thing for 2020. in order for you to get ready for all of God's blessings, all the things that God has in store for you. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. With all the things that you have and all the blessings that God has in store for you on the other side of 2020, you're going to jeopardize that for the stuff that you acquired in 2019? I wouldn't do it if I were you. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure you share this video. Share. Follow me on YouTube. You know, Jaja. But when I moved, I didn't realize how much stuff I had until it was time for me to pack up. When it was time for me to pack up, I looked at all of these boxes like, this is not for real. I am actually more blessed, and I got to give some of this stuff away. You don't really realize how much stuff got to go until it's time for you to go. Just think about the next business opportunity or job opportunity may cause you to relocate. Is that something that you are really considering? Are you considering relocating? And if you are, then there are some people that can't go. Auntie, grandma, and them, they can't go with you. You're going to have to step out on this journey by yourself. And see, some of us don't understand how important fresh starts are. We've been so caught up in chaos, so caught up in misfortune, so caught up in our day-to-day mundane routine. And when things get shaken up, we are shocked. You know, we are dealing with, a lot of us, we don't like stuff to change. My grandma is really big on, she don't like her pictures moved. She like things set the way that they are. She knows if somebody came and messed with something because of how she is and how she has things set. But I remember going to her house and I said, well, Grandma, if I'm going to clean this etagere, I'm going to need to take all these pictures off and I'm going to rearrange them. Okay? And so what I did was I rearranged them. And so the pictures, they weren't just scattered everywhere. The pictures now told a story. Okay? They now told a story. And see, the thing about it is that we don't understand how important fresh starts are until it's a fresh start. I didn't realize how important and boggled down I was from my marriage until now I was a divorcee and I had a fresh start to the dating game. So now I'm out in the dating world like, oh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy. This is what's out here? Lord, I'm tripping over this ninja and this is all of this out here. I didn't really realize how much time I had consumed with my mom being ill and taking care of her, and now she's gone on to glory, and now I got all this empty time in my hands. Now I got all this empty time on my hands. What I'm going to do with it? Okay, Ja, you need to put it into that business that you say you want. Okay, you need to put it into this TV show that you say you want to do. Okay, you need to put it into this podcast that you want to do every week. Now that you have this time freed up, now you need to kick it into gear. You need to kick it into gear. When I had to raise my sisters, and we were all living in one household, sleeping on top of each other. Now I got a whole house and it's just me and Tayshawn. So now I got to take all that same energy that I put into making sure that my sisters were good to make sure I'm good. My son graduates next year. Yeah, I said it before I take it back. I'm going to add more to it. I ain't ready, y'all. But that's going to free me up some more. I've been raising this boy since I had him. No breaks, okay? Unless I done went out of town or had some, some troubles. Y'all done seen my troubles that I talked about. But I've been his mom, and I'll still be his mom when he goes off to college. But now it frees me up for some more time to do some things because he can't go everywhere with me. I can't go with him off to college. When he go off to college, I won't be able to go with him. I'm still going. I'm going to be up there, but I won't go with him. But it's just the point. It can't go. And not only that, but New Year's resolutions are exactly what they are. They are resolutions that we decided we want to make for the new year. But I think that it's extremely important. And if you're tuning in, we're talking about It Can't Go With You. And if you're tuning in, I'm your girl, Jaja. Listen, I'm a host. I'm a speaker. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share this podcast. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. And also, you are my cordially invited guest to the play that I'll be in on next Friday. Yes, your girl acts. She's an actress. The play When Santa Claus Comes to Christ. And it's going to be at Greater Emmanuel on 7 Mile and Schaefer. It's going to be on 7 Mile and Schaefer at 7 p.m. I am one of the lead actresses in the play. It's going to be a great production. Bring you and your friends. Y'all come through. It's absolutely free. Hey, what's going on? It's absolutely free. So please come and support this stage play. It is extremely important that you guys come, and I'm going to tell you why. It's important because I said the hell with the church. Yeah, I said it before I take it back. I'm ammo to it. Yeah, I said the hell with them people, with the church, ministry, all of that, because so much stuff had happened that I just was over it. I was over all of anything that had to do with God, anything that had to do with church. I was over it. And when you've grown up in church, I've been in church since I was 13, 11. And I've been in church all my life. And so, there were so many tumultuous things that happened. And it wasn't a lot of stuff, but it only take one major thing to really throw you off. And it's important that you come as my invited guest, because I haven't been a part of a lot of things in ministry for a little bit. And I have been praying and asking God, like, I love you guys so much, and I love ministry, and I love church so much, and I've always been involved in so many things. I feel odd not being in ministry. Okay? You should feel odd not doing what God has called you to do. If you've been called to be an artist, you should feel odd not doing your art. If God called you to be a photographer, you should feel odd not being able to see your work exhibited in a museum or a gallery. If God called you to be this, that, and the third, you should feel odd not doing it. You should feel odd not living in your God-given talent or purpose. And you miss those opportunities when you don't walk in what God has for you. So it's important for me that you guys come to this play, because I haven't been involved with a lot of things in ministry, because I said the hell with all them ninjas and I'm only gonna love God. And so God had to bring me back to reality and say, yeah, those relationships couldn't go with you. Yeah, those friends couldn't go with you where I'm getting ready to take you. Yeah, those people hurt you and they know what they did. Yeah, that was some messed up situations. However, I have allowed you to be in your right mind. You didn't lose your mind in that situation, and I could have. You didn't lose the activities of your limbs. You didn't go to nobody's jail because of it, because I could have. And you still treat people the way that they're supposed to be treated, even though they don't treat you the same. That's why I know I'm going to be blessed. And I know that some things can't go with me, because I can't afford for you to jeopardize where God is getting ready to take me because of what you're doing right now. And so you have to have that in your mind and solid in your mind, because nobody knows the future. Nobody has a map, because if you did, I'm going to follow you. Nobody has a roadmap to how their future is going to play out. A young lady had texted me over the past weekend, and she had texted me a picture of a young lady, and she had told me about in the text, it was a link, and then the link was the play is Friday. The play is next Friday, December 20th at 7 p.m. on 7 Mile and Schaefer. So y'all already know where 7 Mile and Schaefer is. And it's at my church, Greater Emmanuel. It's next Friday, December 20th at 7 p.m. So I'll have all the information in this podcast. But nobody knows the future of where they're going to be redirected. Nobody knows the trajectory of how your life is going to turn out. And so this young lady, she had sent me a message and sent me a link. I checked the link. It was a young lady. She was this amazing woman, worked in Nassau, did all of this, right? From the picture, she just looked like a beautiful woman, beautiful queen, beautiful sister. And so I started reading all of these accolades, and I was just like, dang, You just never know who people are. That's why I teach and I tell people all the time, you have to be careful of how you treat people because you never know where God will take them. That very person that you think is ain't nobody right now, or they trying, oh, she got her little podcast, she got a little Facebook show, oh, she got her little this, her little that. You don't know where God will take my little Facebook show, my little podcast. You don't know who's listening to what I'm saying on a week-to-week basis just because you feel it's minimum or I don't meet the standards of who you are and what you stand for. Because I ain't for you, okay? I ain't for everybody, okay? Jaja ain't for everybody. And you got to learn that. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. Because nobody knows the future. Nobody knows where you are right now. And nobody knows what you're praying for. Nobody knows what doors will be open for you. And that's one of the reasons why some people, some things, some habits can't go with you for next year. If you're looking to stop smoking because you're trying to save your singing career, it might be best for you to put some of them cigs down. If you plan on having a longevity career in music. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Sips water. But you got to understand that you don't know what your future holds. And if your spirit man is telling you, that's why I tell people all the time, you got to listen to your spirit. You got to listen to your spirit of discernment. If your spirit of discernment is telling you, hey, this relationship may not be the best one. Hey, this may not be the route you need to take. Hey, I'm looking to look for another job come the new year. Don't wait till the new year to look for a new job. You need to start looking for a new job right now. You need to be setting up interviews right now. Because you never know what will catapult you to the next level. And it's always crazy because every time I come to get ready to do my show, you know, I know that I'm headed in the right direction because I always get confirmation. Last night we had a Bible study, youth Bible study, and my brother, shout out to Elder Devon Kelly, he had did Bible study last night, and he pretty much said everything that I was saying in my notes, that I had my notes ready for. My notes been ready since Saturday and Monday. So it just made me feel good to know that I'm headed in the right direction by saying some things can't go. And as hurtful as it was for me to throw $20 in the garbage in the beginning of my story when I talked about having to throw some of my lotions and stuff away at the airport, it could not go with me. Was I going to stop my flight for success and where I'm getting ready to go in LA because of some lotion? It got to go. Some of you all are procrastinating on what needs to go out of your life and what doesn't. You don't need somebody to tell you what needs to go out of your life. You know some of those habits that shouldn't be going with you in 2020 because they're not helping you. I know that I have a procrastination issue. I know procrastination can't go with me for 2020. It just can't. I will wait until the last minute to do something that I know I've had ample amount of time to do weeks prior to. I guess maybe I just like pressure. I don't know. You know, it's like that. Oh God, it's the end of the day type of thing. You gotta get it in. But no, if I'm going to be the professional that I am proclaiming that I am, I cannot wait until the last minute to do the things that I say I have time to do. So now I have to learn to create a better schedule and stick to it. And if it's not on my schedule, then it can't be added on at the last minute. I also had to learn that my prices are non-negotiable. I'm not getting ready to negotiate my prices. I stopped negotiating. I ain't doing nothing for free unless it's for kids. Then I'll do it for the kids. But anything else, it's going to come with a price tag. Whether it be a barter system or you're going to pay me. Period. Yeah, I said it before I take it back. I'm going to add more to it. At the end of the day, it can't go with you. I know that I cannot allow negotiating who I am to go into 2020. I can't do it. Because then for 2020, 21, 22, now I'm going to be negotiating. You can't. If you saying you want to get back in the studio, why you got to wait to 2020 to do it? Get in the studio tonight. You never know. God may inspire and put a hit on you and it'll blow up come 2020. But see, if you're playing tango with things you got to let go, the things that you got to let go are probably going to win. I knew that alcohol was going to be my demise. I know, you know why? Because it took my grandma out. It took my uncle out. It took my other uncle out. And it killed my grandmother, actually. But it put my other uncle in prison. It made my other uncle turn into a crackhead. Now, 25 years, 30 years, he's clean and he's a counselor. But I saw what it did to them. So am I willing to allow something that I can control to take over me? Are you telling me that drugs, alcohol, addiction, sex, spending your money frivolously, knowing that you gotta save, if you mean to tell me that all of those things have more control over you than you have over it, that's a problem. That's a problem. You can't go into 2020 with things that you know are weighing you down. If you know this relationship is causing you depression, it's causing you anxiety, it's causing you to have these psychological thoughts that you don't want to have, that's not the relationship you need. It got to go. Anything that's causing you to hurt you or feel some type of way or hindering you for your future, it got to go. I can't tell you what got to go. I just know what got to go out of my life. I know I got to get better with some things that I got to work on, just like you got to get better with some things that you got to work on. But in order for you to have a successful 2020, you can't wait to 2020. It got to go now. You got to work on it now. You got to get it together now. And I'm not saying put a rush on it like, oh my God, I got to hurry up and do this. I got to hurry up and do that. No, that's not what I'm saying either. What I am saying is that get you a plan together and work that plan. Every day I have a list of things that I got to do. I don't get through that list every day. But let me tell you something. I pat myself on the back if I get at least 3 things done, okay? If I get 3 things done, I'm a lot further, a lot ahead of the game than what I was on my list. And so when you focus on those things that you know that some of those things got to go, you know this man, this woman is taking up more attention than your business. You can't focus on your business because your attention is here on this. You got to pay attention to the stuff that pays you. Yeah, I said it before I take it back. I'm going to add more to it. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows the future. And you can't take that attitude that you had in 2019 and 2020. Some of you have the attitude of bitterness, anger, resentment, hurt. One of the reasons why a few of my years have been such a struggle because I was carrying these emotions and these attitudes that I was not addressing. I was bitter for things that had hurt me justifiably. They were justifiable things that made me upset. But I also had to understand if I'm going to live in the promise that God has given me, and I'm going to live in what I know that I'm ordained and gifted and talented to do, I cannot operate in a space with my attitude that doesn't reflect who I am. If you got an attitude of haughtiness, you did this by yourself, you got to where you are by yourself, that is the wrong attitude to have. Because what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself in the same predicaments in 2020 that you did in 2019. There are some things that can't go. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jaja. Because at the end of the day, some of you all, your attitude is so messed up. It's so messed up. And I'm going to tell you why I know your attitude's messed up. I called a young man. I called a young man's business the other day because I wanted to order some stuff from his company. I went to high school with him, right? So I called this number. He asked me to follow his business page. So I called the number. A lady answers the phone. Hello? And I'm like, hello, good afternoon. She like, how you doing? No, she didn't even say that. She was like, yeah. And I was like, is this such and such? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Hung up. I don't want to do business with somebody that answers their phone with that. This is your business. And if you're going to use your personal phone for your business line, you need to learn to answer your phone like this. Good afternoon. Good morning. This is such and such. How can I help you? And if that's not it, then you need to figure out some type of format that you need to answer your phone with, because your attitude is what's going to get you in the door and what's going to keep you in the door. One of the reasons why I'm so blessed is because my attitude, I don't treat people the way they treat me. And believe you me, you be surprised. You be surprised. But I humbles myself and I go on about my business. Oh, but believe you me, them same people, they always got to come back. They don't be wanting to. They don't want to. But your attitude, you got to change your attitude and how you look at things, how you deal with people. I didn't really realize how my attitude was impacting my relationships. And so you got to be careful of the attitude that you have, because it can definitely impact the relationships that you have or the future relationships that you're going to have. And at the end of the day, not only that, but that attitude will block your money. That attitude will block your relationships. And see, at the end of the day, you know what can't go with you, just like I know what can't go with me. And if you know that you got to work on money management, you can't be blowing your money. So when tax season come, or whatever the case may be, you know what's going on. It can't go with you. Not only that, but your mindset that you have, that can't go with you for 2019. If you know that you got a messed up mindset, or that you know you're struggling with your faith, or you're struggling with some things that help with your faith, then you know that you need to work on that. Not only that, but we often overindulge. We are an overindulging country. We are a country full of people dealing with overindulging. We are the country that wastes the most resources, from food, water. We waste so much. And in 2020, I'm telling you, don't waste nothing. Don't waste nothing. Don't overindulge. Don't overcook. Don't overdrink. Don't overindulge in nothing. Because overindulging will make you a gluttony for everything. Now you want to overindulge on everything. And that's one of the things that happens with people. You know, we stop with our New Year's resolution, and now we're back to overeating. Now we done went from having salads every day to now you want to eat a whole pizza. Because now you haven't had it, and now you want to overindulge. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you don't let some things go prior to 2020, there are going to be some consequences and repercussions. And I'm going to tell you, the consequences and the repercussions will cause you to lose out on some really amazing blessings. If you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. If you don't let go of some of those things that you know you need to let go of, whether it be habits, lifestyles, whatever, changing of lifestyles, things that you put on the shelf that you know you wanted to do, if you don't let some of that stuff go and work on some of the stuff that you know you have to, there are going to be consequences and repercussions. And one of the consequences and repercussions is that other people are going to be moving forward while you're still feeling stuck. It doesn't mean that you're not moving. It just means that you're going to feel stuck because you're going to be weighed down by things you know you should have let go of. When I moved into my new house, I had some things that I didn't need, but I took them with me anyway, because I just figured, well, maybe I may need them, right? That was my thought process. I thought, well, maybe I may need this stuff. Brought the stuff to my new house. First of all, the stuff was broken, okay? Had I went through it and noticed I had a whole box of stuff that had no purpose. Had I looked at the stuff when I was supposed to, I wouldn't have a box taking up space in an area that could be utilized for something else. See, if you don't let go of some of those things now, you're going to be carrying stuff in 2020 that you don't need to carry no more. Relationships, you paying for everything, they having a good old time. Ain't nobody that's being taken care of going to tell you stop taking care of me. And then you can't complain about the thing that you know you need to get rid of. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you don't let some of these things go, it'll hurt your referrals. Some of the things that I do is based on referrals. If I hadn't let some habits go, some people go, some of my referrals wouldn't be my referrals to this point. If I hadn't let a relationship go, I wouldn't have been able to gain a friendship. And from that friendship, I gained 3 business clients. But I knew that I had to let this relationship go in order for me to get the friendship that I got. And from that friendship, I got paid. But had I kept this person in my life who was jealous, who was envious, who didn't allow me to have relationships that I needed in order for me to grow, had I not had those relationships, I wouldn't have been able to make no money. And so at the end of the day, if you're not careful, if you don't let some of these people go, you won't get those referrals that you need to catapult your business, your life, and what it is that you need to do. There are some things that God has given for you to do, but you won't access them until you let some people and things go. It's not hard and it ain't easy, but it's a process. It's a process. You can't allow people who have died in your life to allow you to forfeit your blessings. They gone. That was the reality of my mom. She's never coming back. And I'm not trying to sound insensitive to anybody who's lost anybody that they've ever loved. I'm not. I am very, very sensitive to death. But one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain is that death can catapult you to your promise, or it can leave you in a ditch, in a dirt, depressed. And I refuse to let another person leave this earth and have me stuck because I can't get out of the rut of them passing. So many people get stuck because they feel like they can't move on because somebody done died, or somebody done broke up with them, or somebody let you go and they moved on with their life. So why are you making it so hard for you to move on with yours? People will keep you hostage if you let them. Situations and memories will hold you hostage if you let it. There are days where I'm extremely sad, extremely depressed because I miss my mother or my father or my brother. But then I think in my mind, they all knew what my dreams were. They all knew what kept me up at night, what kept my passion alive for things. I got to do it for them if I don't do it for nobody else. And see, the thing about it is that if you ain't going to do it in love, don't do it at all. I'm taking love with me for 2019. I love on everybody that I meet. And I love on them purposely because you don't know the day, the time, or the hour where you decided your life is no longer going to be living in this world. You don't know. So I want our last encounter to be a positive one. Because you just don't know. And at the end of the day, if you're not doing things with love, don't do it. Let me tell you something. One of the most blessed things that I have acquired is the blessing in saying no. No, I can't. Unfortunately, that's not on my calendar. No, not this time. Maybe next time. Keep me in mind. No, I'm not able to. Unfortunately, no, because I'm not going to overexert myself and I'm not going to stress myself out. If I can't do it with love or do it with 100%, I'm not going to do it. And see, some of you all are doing stuff half-ass. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. You going to have to give it your all or don't give it at all. You know, it was a meme that goes around and it's saying, you know, keep that on and off stuff not going with me in 2020. And it's not. Keep that here in 2019. If you fake and flaky and 1 minute we friends, 1 minute we not, 1 minute I'm your girl, 1 minute I'm not, keep that in 2019. I'm straight. I don't want it. I don't want it in 2019, let alone in 2020. So I got to get rid of you now. If you got people in your life that's fickle and they up and down, and 1 minute they your friend, 1 minute they not, 1 minute they want to collab with you, 1 minute they don't, 1 minute they homeboy, they homegirl, 1 minute they jealous, 1 minute they well, it be too much. I just be like, nope, exit stage left, you got to go. Stop. And at the end of the day, don't waste your time. Time is something that you do not get a refund on. You cannot exchange it. You cannot go into the store and buy more of it. You cannot get a return on time. At the end of the day, the only person that can give you more time is God. Okay? Don't allow people to waste your time in 2020, let alone in 2019. We still have 3 weeks left. Don't allow people to waste your time in 2019. Don't wait to tell people don't waste your time in 2020. No, don't waste my time in 2019. There are some people that I don't answer the calls for because I don't want to talk to you. You wasting my time. We ain't talking about no money. We ain't talking about no business. We ain't talking about getting no money. We ain't talking about collaborating on nothing. Then what do we need to talk about? Don't have people waste your time in 2020. And I don't want to hear what you coulda, shoulda, woulda did that you know you coulda did right now. And at the end of the day, in 2020, one of the things that can't go is the fact that you taking credit for things that you know people helped you for and helped you with. See, a lot of us, our blessings get taken away from us, or we get humbled because we think we got to where we got on our own. If you're not careful, God will take everything from you. The same way he did Job, one of the characters in the Bible. A very successful, prominent man who did no wrong, got everything taken away from him, and had to rebuild everything back up. Now, he got triple, double for his trouble, but at the end of the day, you don't want God to take away everything that you've called yourself working so hard on your own by yourself for, and he take it away and there's nothing to show for it. Your character has been challenged. Your business has been challenged. Your family has been challenged. Your health has been compromised. You don't want God to strip you from everything because you think you done got there by yourself. Some of us take so much credit for things that we know we got to give God the glory for. And I'm not saying be super religious and super deep, super spiritual, but I know who I give my praises and honor to, because there's a lot of things that I did not do on my own. Earlier this week, my son and I got into an accident, and it was only by the grace of God that the accident wasn't worse, or could have been a lot worse than what it was. It could have went totally left very fast. So I'm saying all that to say, don't allow people to waste your time. And don't you waste your time in 2020. Some of y'all waste time watching all of these shows and put no time and effort in some of the stuff that you're supposed to be doing. And then you want to get mad because you looking at your promise and it's not as profitable as you thought it would be. In 2020, selfishness cannot go with you. If you're a selfish person, you have selfish motives, selfish intentions, nobody has to know. God knows your intentions. And believe you me, what's done in the dark comes to light. And if they don't catch you in the wash, they'll catch you in the rinse. Everything that you think you're doing on a slick, sly side, okay? Slick, sly side. Everything that a person think that they doing in terms of being selfish, conniving, snaky, all of that, you think you're getting away with it. Baby, let me tell you something. The spirit that I have and that I'm telling y'all that y'all need to up y'all game on is a spirit of discernment. And I'm going to tell you something. It's like an antenna, okay? I don't want that going with me for 2020. If I see any signs of it, I don't want it near me. Because as a person that's a giver and a person that doesn't mind helping out people in my community, people that look like me and people that don't look like me, you have to be mindful of people that do things because it's what they want to do and what they should be doing, or if they're doing it for clout. And some people are so selfish and artificial and superficial that because we live in a world where everything that's fake is glorified and everything that's real is questioned, you know, you have to be in a right mindset and a right spiritual mindset to say, you know what, this person is a very selfish person. They have selfish motives. I'm straight on you. I'm good on you. And it's okay. It's okay to be good on people. Some people good on me. Just like I'm good on them. Yeah, I said it. Before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm good on you just like you good on me. But you can't take credit for the blessings that God helped you with. In 2020, you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to partnerships, collaborations, and intentional relationship building. That is what I'm looking forward to. And you know what else that can't go in 2020 with me is racism. I'm so over, like, it's not We've come so far as a people already for the oppression and things that we've gone through. We can't keep hating on one another. We already have racism that we have to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with the hatred from my brother or my sister that look like me or my brother and sister in Christ. I be so confused by church people sometimes because I be like, well, what God do you listen to or believe in that will cause you to treat other people like this? Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Because those young boys from Denby High School dealing with Macomb County individuals, these are babies that have never really had to deal with racism for real. A lot of these kids, they don't believe that racism is real until they're outside of their comfort zone where people no longer look like them. And so they have to understand that there are ignorant individuals out here that don't mind saying racist, hatred, disrespectful things to other people, regardless of age, regardless of sex. There are some people out here that their whole intention of living is to make your life a living hell. That's why you got to be careful of keeping things in your life that you know got to go. If you know that there are people that are disturbing your peace, they got to go. These kids from Denby High School, allegedly, they want to try to charge them for retaliating to racist and hatred marks at a football game. Now, I'm a football mom, and my son plays football, and I was in a situation where we played a school at the beginning of the semester, as well as, the beginning of the season, as well as during the season, where my son played football in another county, and they were calling my son and his teammates niggers. Niggers, go back to Detroit. These are adults saying this to kids. Okay? So these kids from Denby, or any kid from the inner city for that matter, they don't know how to, they haven't been prepared. They didn't go through the Martin Luther King course of how to deal with racism and hatred and bigotry. And so if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about it can't go with you. You don't want to take hatred into 2020. If you're dealing with jealousy, bitterness, if you're dealing with resentment, if you're dealing with some hurt, you need to deal with that stuff now. You need to get that stuff out of you now. So when you go into 2020, you are able to open up your arms and receive your blessings, because you don't want to carry that stuff into the new year with you, because all it is going to blind your vision of where it is that you're trying to go. I'm going to tell you something. I am on a journey and a road of recovery for everything that I lost, including myself. And I'm not going to jeopardize that for anyone. Not a single soul. I told my son the other day, I said, son, I love you with all my heart and soul. I said, but I already been through high school. I already have my diploma. I can't be at school with you every day. And if you plan on making it to your senior year, there are some habits that you're going to have to let go of. Being on that phone until you fall asleep, how is that helping you? Talking to them little chicken head girls, are they helping you study? You being up there to work out, but you need money, you need to go get a job. There are some things that you're going to have to change that cannot go with you for this new chapter in your life. My son is going to be a senior next year, 2020. Come September 2020. No, matter of fact, not even September. After them kids graduate in June, my son will be officially a senior. So, with that being said, there are some things that I'm going to have to let go of preconceived notions. There are some things that he's going to have to stop doing, just like there are some things that you're going to have to stop doing. There are some things that you're going to have to change come 2020. Listen, I want to invite you guys to my play that I'm in at my church, Greater Emmanuel on 7 Mile and Schaefer in Detroit, Michigan. It's December 20th. It's Friday, December 20th at 7 p.m. I really want you guys to go. It is really important because this is the first production that I've been in this year, and I do act. I want to wish my sister-in-law, Kiera Norris, a happy birthday. My really great friend, Pageant Atterbury, a really great birthday. And to all you Sagittarius out there, my mom was one. Happy birthday to all of you out there. But like any snake has to shed its skin, so do you. Shed anything that weighs you down for your future. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. I love y'all, and have a great week. Peace.